Hey Gearheads, and welcome to Garage Talk. I'm Corey, and this is a very interesting collaboration between Mitsubishi and Nissan. This is a plug-in hybrid Outlander, and in this video I'm going to take you on a quick tour because it's not what you might think. All right, Gearheads, I have got the hood open, but I do want to say a huge thank you to Mitsubishi for bringing this out too. I am at a Midwest Automotive Media Association, or MAMA event, the spring rally. I'm getting to test this and many other things. But since we've got the hood open, let's talk about the elephant in the room, because this is a very unique and interesting powertrain in the segment. Yes, it is a plug-in hybrid. Now, I said in the intro, this is built in collaboration with Nissan, but the entire powertrain, all the drive components of this are purely Mitsubishi. So the heart and the soul of this vehicle is Mitsubishi, whereas the body and some of the electronics, well, we'll get into that here in a little bit. It's very clearly Nissan, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. What we've got underneath the hood here is a 2.4 liter MIVEC dual overhead cam, I can say that, 4-cylinder, and this has twin electric motors. So for a majority of the time while you're driving this vehicle, it drives like an EV because those dual electric motors are powering all four wheels all the time. This is always an all-wheel drive car, and at highway speeds, the gasoline engine will hook up and direct drive the wheels for highway speeds. But for a majority of your commute, this is going to be essentially an electric vehicle. Mitsubishi sees this as a gateway for many people into full electric because it teaches you a lot of the things of EV life without all the sacrifices. So you can still go on long road trips with that gas generator essentially under the hood, keeping those batteries full and keeping you moving down the road. One other note I want to make while I've got the hood open here is just where the hood brake point opens. So you'll see that here in just a second when I shut the hood because, well, yes, it's on a prop rod. So closing the hood is where you will see some similarities with Nissan Rogue. Yes, that's right, this shares a platform with the Nissan Rogue. There are definitely some points on the vehicle that match up to the Rogue, but Mitsubishi designers were allowed free reign within those parameters. So up front here, if you forget what you were driving, they spell it out nice for you, Outlander across the hood. That used to be a trademark of things like Explorer and Telluride, but those marks are slowly getting away from it. I kind of dig it. I like the Outlander name across the hood. You let me know down in the comments what you think. But you can see here we've got our DRLs and our headlights in separate units, and we've got lower fog lights. It's a unique and interesting look that doesn't really resemble too many other vehicles on the road. I see a little bit of Hyundai Palisade in there. I can see where you internet commenters may say that this kind of resembles a Hyundai Palisade. Yes, there are some similar elements there for sure. Coming around to the side, I'm just going to call it out right here. They want you to know this is the plug-in hybrid EV. So definitely letting the world know that you've got something special under the hood of this. But again, very similar proportions, dynamics to that Nissan Rogue. Again, shared platform, but we'll get into more of that when we get inside. Here we've got some very nice brushed and black wheels on this one. They are 20-inch wheels. They are 255/45 R20 rubber wrapped around it. Let's see, it looks like a Nexen tire. So we'll see exactly how these do on our off-road course. You can see I'm not the first one to take this one off-road. We're already a little muddy, so very anxious to see how this thing performs off-road, as well as how that powertrain works when we get inside. See, I like the two-tone roof look on this one. This one is one of the more premium trims. This is the SEL. So this Outlander does start in the 40s. This one is priced just over $50,000, and a lot of that money goes into the powertrain and just that cozy, nice, and luxurious interior. Coming around to the back, this is a very clean, very nice, more traditional design back here in the back. Get that chrome Mitsubishi badge back there, but it is a power hatch. We'll lift it up. This is, believe it or not, a 3-row SUV. So you get these jump seats back here in the back. It's a 2-person jump seat. And yes, you'll have the luxury of getting to watch me climb in there, because I don't know if you noticed the leg room right there. These will really come in handy for small children. Don't know that they're going to do a lot of adult carrying, but we'll see just what that's like back here in the back. But you can fold that down very easily, very nicely. We do have a cargo shade here, roller style cargo shade, and multiple different ways you can flip and fold this 3rd row seat down. This is really a speed date of this vehicle, so I won't go into too many details. Let's go check out that interior and see what it's like on the inside. It does have a proximity key with a button to actuate that. I'll go ahead and show you the key. It's very similar to Nissan products. It's slim, small, compact, would slide into a pocket or purse very easily. But coming in here, first I want to show you the door. The two-tone here with the accenting stitching, the quilted, this is all soft touch. This is a very nice door panel, very upscale. I've seen lesser vehicles or nicer vehicles with lesser interiors. That's the right way to say it. We get some carbon fiber look right here, some metal look trim here, but these are clearly plastic. It definitely gives a very nice appearance all the way around. I'm gonna get in out of the wind because my goodness, it's chilly. We do have a 2-person memory seat here, so I did want to call that out. And I'm gonna go ahead, put my foot on the brake, start it up, show you what that looks like. And this is where some of the Nissan similarities come into play. I've driven a Rogue. This is very similar to the Nissan Rogue information screen up here, all the way to these gauges on the side. Very similar steering wheel. It is a nice, very thickly bolstered, and I do like the perforation on it. It is a very nice steering wheel. You can see we get some buttons over here for your fuel door, turning on some of your auxiliary plugs in this one, because there are a couple places to actually charge other devices from the vehicle. You can open your charge port door here. And one of the interesting things about this, I didn't show you back in the back, but you can DC fast charge this. Typically plug-in hybrids don't allow for DC fast charging, but it does plug into a CHAdeMO plug. So you can DC fast charge it if you're on a road trip, really top that battery off. But you don't necessarily have to, because you have this EV button right here. And you can see we have 4 different modes: normal, EV, save, and charge. So normal would drive around pretty much just like you would expect a hybrid vehicle to drive, and you can see it highlights exactly what is going to be working there. EV does as its name suggests, it cuts that gas-powered engine out of the equation and drives around like an EV for the most of the time. Save kind of does the opposite. It uses the gas engine to make sure that you maintain a level of charge on those batteries, so that you can, if you get into a high traffic situation, this does have over 30 miles of all electric range, so you can save it for that, or you can use that gas engine to charge the batteries right there. So you can see down here we have 450 miles of fuel and charge, 24 of that being all electric. So a lot of stuff going on these gauges. You can see our fuel gauge over here, but we won't get too much into it. Very familiar Nissan IP with the infotainment up here. Nice use of materials. This is soft touch. We've got some stitching up here. All around a very quality interior. Tri-zone climate controls up here. Heated steering wheel. I've been told, though I haven't experienced it yet, that I do have a massage seat here in the driver's seat, so looking forward to that. USB-A, USB-C, Qi wireless charging, cigarette style plug right there. One pedal driving, but it is not a full stop, so at 5 or 6 miles per hour, the driver will have to step in and step on the brake. Very Nissan-like electronic gear selector here. So we've got that. Different drive mode dials right here that you can go through: off-road, snow, things like that. Your electronic parking brake hold. 2 cup holders side by side right here. Decent sized glove box right there. And then heated leather-wrapped front seats. This is not the top trim. You can get semi-aniline leather in these. So Mitsubishi is really setting the bar high with this vehicle. The passenger seat even has 2-person memory, so both front seats have 2-person memory. I've got a decent amount of headroom and a full panoramic roof back here behind me at 5'10", but let's move back to the back and see what it is like sitting behind myself at 5'10". in the rear seat of this. You can see it is a three across bench back here. But before I climb in, I do want to give a huge shout out. We do have manual sunshades back here in the back. So I love that for family vehicles. And then you can see more quilting back here on the back door. So passengers back here are not forgotten. And we get a rather nice back seat as well. So lots of quilting, a lot of fun stuff going on back here. We have heated outboard seats back in the second row and climate controls right there. And then coming around to me, you can see I've got a good amount of headroom. Once I get past the hump from the roller shade for that skylight. And then I do have a recline here on the second row, so that's where I was when I got in. So you can get fairly comfortable back here, and foot room's good. You can see my knees are not under my chin or anything. There is a little bit of a transmission tunnel right there. Interesting blue outline that contrasts a little too much, I would say, with the otherwise upscale interior, but I know that's because it's a plug-in hybrid. We get some matte pockets down here. We get some electronic pockets up here, so cell phone, tablets, things like that. Really like that. You get that on the backs of both front seats. But now for the piece de resistance. Let's see, does this fold down? Well, we'll go ahead and fold the second row seat forward. You can see it isn't exactly child seat friendly. If you have a child seat in place, you're not going to be able to move the seat forward. But I left it in the down position. We'll go ahead and pull that seat up. And, well, let's get in here. Let's see what a 5'10" person can do riding back here. These are the largest head restraints I've seen in the business. But, yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's a little tight on headroom, and legroom is going to be a massive negotiation with those in front of me. It is definitely more for small children or somebody just in a pinch, because this is the second row legroom now to give me any sort of semblance of legroom back here at 5'10". But that's enough touring this vehicle. Let's get it out on the trail and see what it's like off-road. All right, gearheads, I am now behind the wheel. I've got Chandler with me, and we are gonna talk through some of the features about this. Not only how it would drive on-road, but off-road as well, right?
Yes.
So this is a capable vehicle because it's got all-wheel drive all the time, right?
Yes, it sure does.
So through those dual electric motors, I didn't even talk about in my tour of it, but we've got a 20 kilowatt hour battery in this one.
We do. We have a 20 kilowatt hour battery, and to your point, power does go to both the front motor and the rear motor at all times. It'll have it at maybe the minimal 1% front, 1% rear, but it's constantly varying. And yeah, it uses that in conjunction with a super all-wheel control to get power to all the different wheels and such.
Awesome. So never had to worry about traction, and I'm actually going to do, what do y'all call the one pedal driving?
Innovative pedal.
Innovative pedal, because you still have to do some interaction with it, right?
Yeah, and it's one pedal like. Once you get down to about 5 or 6 miles per hour, you do have to creep forward, because we're offering this as an ambassador to electric vehicles. We are trying to make it a compromise for EV families who can have both the range for road trips, but also have electric driving.
Yeah, and then doing some of these obstacles, it's showing exactly what many people that buy an SUV would be doing. Like, we're not doing rock crawling, we're not going to Moab in this thing, but we are able to experience the off-road adventures of an SUV, and again, that all-wheel drive adding to it. So we do get to miss some water fording features and some fun that some of the bigger vehicles can do, but this thing is, so far, it's been very fun to drive. The power is easy to figure out, its delivery, and using innovative pedal, I've been able to kind of modulate it very well out here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ford does such things like trail control, and I believe that's Toyota as well, where you can just control your speed with one foot. So that's something great about that, especially at these lower speeds, where in a regular electric vehicle, it just allows you to creep forward.
Yep. And then I have noticed, y'all can't see on the cameras here, but I've got 360 cameras in the vehicle that come on when the parking sensors notice, hey, something's kind of up. So in an off-road setting like this, or in a parking lot, they pop on when you need them so that you can see around you very well. So
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And then while we're in here, while we're taking this peruse off of the beaten path, I'm getting a nice massage right now. So that is a huge kudos that I did not expect in a vehicle in this segment, is a massage seat. So a very nice reprieve from the chilly wind outside and all the miles I'm gonna put on my feet on this trip to get a nice massage while in here. But you said there are even more premium interiors than this one?
Yeah, so this is the SEL Premium. This one right here is about $50,000, $50,800. And then the Outlander PHEV ES starts at just over $40,000.
Okay.
To top it out, you have the Outlander 40th Anniversary, and that's a limited edition. And it comes with semi-aniline leather,
Nice.
and it of course has the massage seats and everything, just everything you need. DC fast charging with CHAdeMO,
Yep.
etc.
And I hear all the grass under the body of this. Do you know what the ground clearance is off of?
The ground clearance is, I believe, 8.5. It is slightly higher
Yeah.
than the Outlander with just the internal combustion engine without the hybrid system.
Okay.
It does have a slightly different suspension due to the increased weight of the plug-in hybrid powertrain.
And I will say, I mentioned it earlier, 20 kilowatt hour for a PHEV is a rather large battery. So 38, I believe you said, miles of all-electric range?
Yep, EPA estimated 38 miles of all-electric range, and we do, of course, supply a charge mode, so in case you do want to charge it while you're driving, and if you're driving on the freeway and you say you get to the city that you want to be, if you're on a road trip, etc., you can just charge it on the freeway and have a full 80% charged battery when you get there for electric driving.
And that, gearheads, is why this family is so interested in PHEVs. We've sampled several on the channel so far. We've sampled EVs, but in Texas, the range issue is still an issue with the charging infrastructure. So with a PHEV, you don't have any of that anxiety. You can still take it to a fuel pump, fill it up with gas, and keep going. So it really is the best of both worlds. Like you said, I've been calling it the gateway drug, but yes, it is a good segue into electrification from an internal combustion mindset.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the infrastructure just is not quite there yet. We might be there in about a decade, possibly, but that's why PHEV is just the perfect solution.
Yeah. And then the maneuverability of this. The steering is nice and light. The size of it is not a large vehicle whatsoever. I can see over everything quite well. And we've got a spotter giving me directions on this technical situation right here. Again, my 360 cameras are coming on and helping me out. And then, there we go. Come on, a little bit of gas.
I do have it in mud mode, which takes away the sensitivity of the throttle, so you do have to give it a little bit
Yeah.
more.
So talk about, we've got different drive modes here. We are off-road. I guess that would be a good segue into what this thing is capable of with all the drive modes.
Yeah, so we have normal, which is just for everyday driving, and then of course we have an eco mode right here, and then a power mode, which gives you all the power that you could possibly need to accelerate, etc. And we have Tarmac mode, which is a combination of power mode and also just kind of tuning the stability control to a bit more of a sporty driving. And then we also have gravel mode, snow mode, and then mud mode. And mud mode isn't what we're in right now, and that just takes away stability control and traction control mostly together, so that we can keep the momentum up and just keep going.
It's my understanding, this is my first Mama Rally, but last year that mode would have come in handy. I saw a lot of video, just constant downpour. So very appreciative that we're not in need of mud mode.
Yes.
Because this is a very interesting course back here through the woods.
It came very much in handy during our press drive when the media were just doing donuts and having such a fun time. Not one got stuck, and then this also won an award at the Nawapa Mud Fest as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, Gearheads. A short, quick speed date of the Mitsubishi Outlander plug-in hybrid EV. If you want to know more about this vehicle, you can go read more at gtgaragetalk.com. Find us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all the things at GT Garage Talk. Hit that follow, like, comment, subscribe, all the things for the algorithms so that you can see more content from us out here at Mama's Spring Rally. Until next time, Gearheads. Bye. My family does the same thing.